Yo, what is up, everybody? What is up? Hopefully, you guys are having a killer Tuesday. We are officially live talking about what most people will call about virtual wholesaling. I actually have renamed it completely for my business model. I actually call it remote flipping because I can actually wholesale, flip, buy, and hold all remotely. Although most people do it virtual wholesaling, I do it all. And so I want to talk to you a little bit about that today. We only have a short amount of time as this butts right up into my coaching call with my students. So I want to say what's up. If you are on here live watching, I want you to tell me your name. I see Sterling's on here. I see Nicole is on here. Give me your name, the market you are in, and how much experience you have. And I'm going to blow your mind today because, in my opinion, most gurus are teaching it wrong. They all talk about wholesaling is best to be done in your backyard. And I will tell you right now, as a model that I have created for my business, I am wholesaling virtually, I am flipping, I am holding virtually, I'm finding contractors virtually. You can do this all virtually. And so the key, though, is I call it remote flipping because I'm doing it all virtually. And so I get asked a lot of questions about how I get this business started to be doing it virtually. So many gurus are out there saying, start in your backyard, start in your backyard. And while at one point maybe I made that argument, I can tell you now affirmatively, my entire business is virtual. Even in my backyard of Phoenix, I am not having my acquisition people go to meet with the seller. I am not having anything done that needs to be, face to face. All of it becomes virtual. So, if you are on, John McNeil, what is going on? Jeff Jackson, what is going on? Alvin, I see you. John Booker, what is happening? Again, if you're just joining me, give me your name, give me the market you're in, which would be your backyard, and then give me your level of experience. So the reason why I wanted to jump on really quickly here for the next 10 minutes or so is to teach you guys what services and tools I'm using to build this remote flipping business and how it's now bringing me roughly 20 deals a month every month that I'm either wholesaling, flipping, or buying and holding. I think everyone on here watching live as I'm recording this would want to be buying and holding as many properties as possible. So that's always going to be the end game. If you know anything about me, my argument is always you want to wholesale your way to wealth. That is my big domino theory, if you will. That's what I truly believe. That is what I've run my business on. And that's how I'm actually doing it. And by the way, I'm doing it all virtually. All of my properties that I've bought this year, I bought virtually. And I've found tenants virtually and I remodeled virtually, etc. So here are some services, tools, and strategies that I use in my business. So first of all, most people will say, what marketing strategies do you use? Well, I use two separate strategies and two and a half if you want to count the text messaging. So I use cold calling and pay-per-click advertising heavily. Now, the reason why I say two and a half is because I do still use text messaging, but it's not a big cost, right? Because essentially the big cost on text messaging will be the skip tracing. So if you guys want to have the very best skip tracing there is, go to tsofdata.com, or I'm sorry, tsofbatch.com, tsofbatch.com, or tsofleads.com. Either one of those will bring you to Batch Skip Tracing's platform. If you guys want to text message as well, then TSOF Leads will give you the ability to skip trace and text message these individuals. Again, TSOF Leads. So the reason why I don't say texting is a big cost is because all the cost is wrapped up into skip tracing. Well, that is usually, not usually, but for my business model, that is heavily used for cold calling. So we are about to ramp up going into December. We just had some projections of doing roughly 50,000 calls a day. Okay, so that's going to be a lot, but we're going to be doing roughly 50,000 calls a day. So we have to go very, very wide. This is why I built a remote flipping business. We're not going to be able to do that in just one market. We have to do it in multiple markets. Now, before I get started, that may be too expensive for everybody, and I gather that. But you can still do the very same thing. So, for example, I was located in Phoenix. Now I'm in Miami, but I was cold calling in Oklahoma. Oklahoma City and Tulsa, Oklahoma. I was wholesaling there and buying and holding there. And that's what really opened my eyes to the opportunity that there are great markets that are still very good to wholesale in and very good to buy and hold in, because of the price point, right? It's all about the price point. And so I choose markets that are, 30 to 40% less than the median price point of the country. Okay. So I choose those markets, 30 to 40% less than the median price point. And then I skip trace them using tsofbatch.com is the best skip tracing. Create an account, skip trace there. Always, 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 guys, use promo code TSOF. It will give you a discount on any of the services that I ever mentioned because I negotiate a better price for me and a better price for you because I have influence. So always, always, always use promo code TSOF. And then I use pay-per-click advertising. So I do cold calling and pay-per-click advertising. Pay-per-click advertising is really good because I find more motivated sellers, but I find less leads. Okay. So the volume of leads comes from my cold calling. The motivation comes from pay-per-click advertising. Now, again, I'll take a step back. I realize not everyone's going to have a bunch of money for marketing, right? You're not going to have 10 grand a month or more for marketing. So where would I advise someone who's looking to get started? Would be cold calling. That's where I would start. However, pay-per-click advertising isn't as expensive as it once was, meaning you can actually do this yourself. And as a matter of fact, my manager at my 2-day intensive is going to be teaching you our exact process of how we set up our Google pay-per-click advertising. He's going to be teaching you exactly how we built it, exactly what we're focusing on, and how we're finding those motivated sellers. We just did a deal in Kansas. We just did a deal in Jersey. We just did a deal in Ohio. We're doing deals everywhere. But those are my two strategies. And so I bring up this intensive. My Anthony is going to be teaching you how we set this whole thing up. And you will be able to literally take it and go start PPC yourself. Now, here's one thing I want to tell you guys. I'm going to say it now. Not everyone knows this. No one really knows this. You're going to be the first to hear it. If you guys have not got your seat to intensive, you need to be there. One, we're going to be talking about the cold calling lists that we use, how we call them, how we negotiate with the seller, and how we're getting deals across the entire nation to wholesale and to buy and hold and to flip. Two, we're going to be teaching how we do our PPC and how we create those ads and how much we're spending and how we convert those deals. And three, I'm going to show you my entire blueprint of our business model. But what I want to offer you guys today is something that hasn't happened yet. If you haven't gotten your ticket yet, there's only going to be 30 people in the room. But the hotel just called me this morning saying they're giving us a bigger room because some big whatever thing canceled. So we have more room than we thought. So I'm allowing you to take a guest. So for the price of one seat, you can bring 2 people. For the price of one seat, you can bring 2 people. No one knows about this yet. So if you just go to events.thescienceofflipping.com, events plural .thescienceofflipping.com, go get your ticket now. Join me and my team for my 2-day intensive. I will teach you everything that we are doing with cold calling, the scripts, the lists, how we're negotiating with the sellers, how we nurture our leads, because cold calling is a much more nurture game. I will also be teaching exactly how we set up our pay-per-click advertising, the ads we run, how we market it, and how we're converting those. I am teaching all of that with me and my team for 2 straight days in Scottsdale, Arizona, November 11th and 12th. And no one has the offer I'm telling you guys right now. You will get 2 tickets for the price of 1. There are only 30 seats available, period. So we're stretching it a little bit because they're giving us a bigger room. No one knows that. I do not want a big room though. So we'll stretch it a little bit, but there's only 30 seats available. So once you and your business partner or your friend or your family member or your relative want to join us, those seats will be gone. Again, for the price of 1 ticket, you can bring 2 people. I wanted to make that a cool feature for those of you who are joining me live right now. Thank you. I appreciate you being on here. We are going to be teaching you everything that there is, basically remote flipping. I've coined it as remote flipping. A lot of you guys think of it as virtual wholesaling, but no one wants to wholesale forever. The reality is You want to be buying and holding. You want to be creating wealth. You want to wholesale your way to wealth. That is how I coach. I coach all of my students on how to wholesale so they can buy rentals and create wealth themselves. And that's what I'm going to be coaching for 2 days, November 11th and 12th in Scottsdale, Arizona. One ticket, two seats. I want you guys to be there. But when the seats are gone, the seats are gone. There's only 30. Okay. And the majority of it's already sold out. So don't miss this opportunity, because the hotel called me this morning and said, we're going to give you a big room. And I was like, I'm going to let a couple more people come. So if you have a business partner, loved one, wife, buddy who you want to start this business with, whatever that case may be, you need to be in Scottsdale, Arizona, November 11th and 12th. Sterling is asking, is there a virtual option? 100% Sterling. If everyone goes to events.thescienceofflipping.com, there's an opportunity for you to watch and be a part of it virtually. I will be answering your questions virtually, but I promise you, you will not get as much as if you were in the room with me and my team, having lunches, having breakfast, having snacks, maybe even having a cocktail like adults towards the end of the day. But come to Scottsdale, Arizona, November 11th and 12th. If you can't, then make sure you buy the virtual VIP package. I believe it's $97 for 2 days. You won't regret it. I promise you that. We're going to be teaching absolutely everything. Events, which is plural, events.thescienceofflipping.com. And those are my two strategies. Those are my big strategies. The reason why I say texting is also a strategy I use is because since I spend all that money on the skip tracing, I can also have my team use texting as a way to follow up for all the nurture that is going on with the leads that we're driving in from cold calling. And so for that, again, if you just go to tsofleads.com, you will be able to skip trace through batch skip tracing, and you're going to be able to text through batch leads. So tsofleads.com, always, always, always with any service provider, use promo code TSOF, because I negotiate a discount for myself and for you guys, knowing that I'm an influencer in the space. So TSOF is the promo code that you're going to want to get that discount for batch skip tracing, prop stream. I love prop stream. Where do I pull my list? Prop stream. So if you go to tsofdata.com is where I pull my lists. And then I use promo code TSOF. TSOF is where I'm able to pull those lists. And so that is what we're doing. That's how I'm building this business. Remote flipping is the word, the key. If you guys love this, if you would love to be there, if you'd love to keep learning, just throw in the comments remote flipping. I don't care where you're at, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook groups, just say remote flipping. It's a 20 deal a month business in any market, in any city. And by the way, if you already have a job and you need to do this part-time, that is why remote flipping is so great. I appreciate all you guys that just showed up last second. And hopefully I see you guys there. Yes, there's a virtual event, events, plural, .thescienceofflipping.com, events.thescienceofflipping.com. All about that food, Glenn White says. Hell yeah, Arizona's got great food. Alex from the DMV. Jason Horowitz, what's up? How are you selling deals virtually different markets? Are you setting up? Jason, you got to get to this event, brother. You got to go. Got to be at that event. That's exactly what I'm going to teach you. But yeah, it is built about building a buyer's list. We're going to teach you guys all how to build a buyer's list. The whole first day is essentially on building a buyer's list so you can move properties. So events.thescienceofflipping.com. How do you find markets or the right markets? I look for colleges, sports teams, military bases, and 30% or 40% less than national average. Guys, I got to go run my coaching program. All my students are blowing me up. My phone's going crazy. They're saying, where are you, coach? I will see you guys at that event, events.thescienceofflipping. You can go get 2 seats for the price of 1 ticket. You're the first people to hear this. Once they are gone, they are gone. 2 seats for the price of 1 ticket, events.thescienceofflipping.com. Appreciate y'all. I can't wait to meet all of you there and teach you exactly how I built out this business to run 20 deals a month virtually in any city, in any market, at any time. Remote flipping, put it in the chat. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.